One triangle destroyed the largest army on Earth. And it happened in under an hour. Full detailed cinematic script. The year is 331 BC. The battlefield is Gaugamela, a vast, empty plain in Mesopotamia, and standing across from each other are two men who represent two worlds. On one side, Darius III, ruler of the mighty Achaemenid Empire, an empire stretching from Egypt to India. On the other, Alexander the Great, 25 years old, far from home, outnumbered nearly 5-1. Persia had the numbers, Persia had the terrain, Persia had the advantage. So how did a smaller army win? The answer is not strength, it's structure. The Phalanx, a moving fortress. At the center of Alexander's army stood the Macedonian Phalanx, 16 ranks deep, each man holding a sarissa, an 18-foot spear. Imagine 5 rows of spear points sticking out in front of you. If you charged it, you didn't fight a man. You fought a forest of steel. From the front, it was nearly impossible to break. But here's the key. The Phalanx was powerful, but slow, rigid. It could push forward like a wall, but it couldn't easily turn. Alone, it could hold ground, but it couldn't win a battle by itself. And Alexander knew that. Darius's plan. Darius chose this battlefield carefully. He had it flattened. No rocks, no hills, no obstacles. Perfect terrain for cavalry. Perfect terrain for scythed chariots. Those terrifying vehicles with blades sticking out of their wheels designed to slice through infantry formations. His plan was simple. Stretch his line wider than Alexander's. Surround him. Overwhelm him. It looked unstoppable. From the Macedonian perspective, the Persian army seemed endless. Dust rising, armor glinting, war drums echoing. Psychologically, it should have broken them. But Alexander didn't panic. He moved, the slow drift. Instead of charging forward immediately, Alexander began shifting his army slightly to the right, slowly, deliberately, almost casually. Why? Because he wanted Darius to react, and Darius did. To avoid being outflanked, Persian cavalry kept extending their line outward, further, and further. And when you stretch a line too far, something happens, it weakens, and a gap appears. The triangle. On the far right wing stood the Companion Cavalry, Alexander's elite horsemen, and they weren't standing in a straight line. They formed a wedge, a triangle, with Alexander at the very tip. This wasn't about looking dramatic. It was physics. A flat line spreads force evenly. A wedge concentrates force into one narrow point. When cavalry charges in a triangle, every rider pushes inward, amplifying pressure at the front. It doesn't shove, it pierces. And Alexander was waiting for one thing, a single opening.